The hair extensions can be treated just like your regular hair. That's if you know how to take care of it.
Well, I've been doing some research on extensions, and I would recommend that it is safe for you to wear your extensions for a week. After a week, I have found that the hair comes out once it's kept lubricated without knotting and excess breakage. 2 weeks, you start building lint. It means that right where the hair is, the extension is added to your hair. As your hair grows out, it becomes knotted. It starts to get tight, and lint, it picks up from the bedclothes, and dust is now going to create a problem in that little area. No more, absolutely no more than 3 weeks, and you know you're going to lose hair at 3 weeks. And care for your braids and your extensions, or if you have a weave on, you can shampoo safely with a light shampoo and a light condition, because if it's too heavy, it's going to get trapped in your cane rows under the weave or under your braids. You can do that. You can rinse under the shower, and then you go in with a nice fluffy towel, terylene towel, and absorb that moisture out of the hair, and then you go in with your moisturizer, which is your braid spray and sheen, and you will be surprised to know how it comes out nice. You keep it moist. You must keep your braids moist in order to get the best wear. Maintain a sheen, and you don't get so much frizz from the hair. And of course, you know, when you're going to bed at night, put something on. Your silk cap or a silk scarf. Don't just go and lie down because you have braids in, because you're lying on a cotton pillowcase, and that does absorb moisture. Take your weaves out, which is tracks that you have on that, and you go into treating your hair, right? Making sure that you clean the scalp, because remember, you will have buildup on there. And if you have contact dermatitis, if you have seborrheic dermatitis underneath here, which is an oily condition, like I told you before, then that is going to be sitting on your scalp, and that creates havoc. So anybody you see walking around patting head, and they have issues because they have a disorder under there, and the heat from having your braids or your weaves in really does keep your head very warm, and it does tend to lead to this type of disorder. It depends on what is causing your hair breakage. If it's systemic, it has to be treated internally. If it's external, then you know that it's going to be either mechanical, it's going to be your relaxer, it's going to be like your perm, or it's going to be shampoos that are incorrect, too harsh for your hair, and so it dries it out, and it will lead to breakage. For relaxers, I promote not having your hair relaxed 100%. Do not process the hair 100%. Our ladies like to have the hair looking dead straight. Well, I can tell you, it is dead straight. You have taken everything from that hair. You have broken all the bonds, which should not be so. If you have gone to the stylist, and I know that the clients are the ones that is requesting, and unfortunately the stylists are adhering to their request. But if you reason it out, your father is an African, Caribbean person, you have overly curly hair, and that hair, if you break all the bonds, sending it dead straight, then you have weakened to the hair to the point where there is no or very little recovery. Because that hair now, shafts become so straight. So when you produce your new hair, in a month, you would have produced on an average a 1/4 of an inch. Well, if it's slow growing, it's going to be like 1/8. That means your body needs diet and other things need to be addressed there, slow going. So let us say an average of 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. When that 1/2 an inch comes out in that month, in another 2 weeks, ordinarily, you would be due for another relaxer. And I'm not saying a retouch, I'm saying a relaxer. Then this very thin fiber that you have there on the end of that new growth, now there is no comparison between them. One is really strong coming out of your scalp, that 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch down that area, or the 1 inch phase, and this very thin fiber that you have stripped all the cuticles off, or most of the cuticles, exposing the cortex, leaving the hair to be very dry and brittle, because now there is no moisture in there. When you put in your relaxer on that, then you're going to get what? Breakage or excessive breakage. And this is what we want to avoid. We want manageable hair. And that is what we need to do, and we need to educate the clientele that manageable hair is far better than having dead, straight hair. I would like for young people who are wearing extension to remember that they have hair underneath that. And when they take out the extensions, the excessive hair that is combing out is natural hair, because you would shed ordinarily, combing every day, you can shed anything from 50 to 100, 120 strands of hair per day. So if you take your extensions off and see a bundle of hair being combed out, you know that that hair ought to be out. It's mature hair and it's going to fall out. However, after combing for a couple of days and you still see excessive hair coming out, then it is best for you to investigate. And I've noticed that a couple of people who have taken off their extensions, actually, we have found that they have alopecia areata. They just noticed that when the hair came out, bald patches appear. So they really ought to pay more attention to it. So,
whether you're young or old, male or female, have thinning hair or thick hair, knowing these facts about hair loss will ensure that you're prepared to deal with this problem head on. I'm Amita Persaud-Webb, and this has been The Good Life.